You are about to enter the courtroom of Judge Judith Scheindlin. The people are real. The cases are real. The rulings are final. This is Judge Judy.
Parties in the matter of Eckert versus Meredith. Step forward, please.
Roy Eckert is suing fellow karaoke singer James Meredith for punching him in the chest. James insists that he barely touched him.
Mr. Eckert, is your claim that the defendant assaulted you in a karaoke bar and the defendant denies it. When do you allege this happened?
April 27th, 2006.
What took you so long to sue him?
There was an ongoing process. I do have a restraining order in effect now.
When did you get a restraining order?
I believe it was about 1 month after the incident.
And how long was the restraining order good for?
For 1 year. It's not up yet.
Can I see it, please?
Sure thing.
While you're giving that to me, I'd like you to tell me what happened on April 27th.
Okay, I was at karaoke. There had been an ongoing dispute and harassment with Jorge Cartagena. And,
ongoing dispute between whom? Between Mr. Cartagena and whom?
He's a karaoke host and Mr. Meredith. To do with karaoke, various things to do with rotation and that. And it blossomed into other things. So Mr. Cartagena tried to get a restraining order. I went to court in support of him as a witness. Then about 2 months after his attempt to get his restraining order, I ran across Mr. Meredith in another karaoke club. And we were there for about 2 hours, and Mr. Stewart here was the karaoke host.
Would you just tell me what happened on April 27th,
Sure.
please? Get there.
Okay. Then, while I was there, he confronted me, being upset that
Are you talking about April 27th?
Yeah, April 27th.
On April 27th, you were where?
At San Giorgio's in Vista, California.
And that's a karaoke bar?
Correct.
Okay, go ahead.
Then Mr. Meredith came up to me when I was talking with a couple of friends and confronted me about being supportive of Jorge. Then he was upset, threatened me.
What did he say? Just tell me what he said.
Actually, he threatened 3 different times that he could take me out. So then after about 3 times, I was getting pretty tired of it. And I said to him, thing that I say once in a while, that there's 2 paths in life. One path is to live and learn, grow and become a better individual with our mistakes. The other path is to perfect being. And that's when he hit me.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
He's a very dangerous man.
I'm not sure what's going on, but Mr. Meredith, you have to stay away from Mr. Eckert.
No problem.
You must stay away from Mr. Eckert.
Roy Eckert is accusing James Meredith of punching him in the chest during a night of karaoke singing. James says Roy and his friend like to heckle him while he performs.
Now, where did he hit you?
Right in the side of the chest here.
Okay, go ahead.
And then I backed up from that, and he got ready to fight, wanted to fight some more, and I told him I wasn't going to fight him. And I said, this is ridiculous. What, are you crazy? So then the bartender yelled out, knock it off. And so then when he backed up, I backed up, and then I just told him I'm not going to fight him, but I will call the police. And he left the club.
Okay, so he hit you 1 time on the side.
1 time, yes.
Were you taken to the hospital?
No, I didn't go to the hospital. The next day, within 12 hours, I did go to the doctors because the pain really started that night.
You have a doctor's report?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to take a look at it.
The first page shows the
Just
next
don't tell me
day.
what it shows.
Okay.
Reading was something that I had to master before I got this job. Mr. Meredith.
Yes, ma'am.
You had a hearing before a judicial hearing officer on the application that Mr. Eckert made for a protective order. Do you remember that, sir?
Yes, I do.
Do you remember that after the hearing, the court found that by credible evidence, Mr. Eckert was entitled to his protective order?
Yes.
I'm going to give you an opportunity to tell me your version of these events. Mr. Meredith.
I just seen the guy twice at Home Depot and once at a restaurant after that, and immediately left.
You acknowledge in your answer that you had a confrontation with him on April 27th. What you say is that you merely touched him with a finger. Do you forget that?
No, actually, his witness over there and another friend were talking to him. I went over to confront him about the booing and harassment they gave me and my friends at a show that Mr. Cartagena was putting on at another place. I asked him for an apology. He wouldn't apologize to me. After this, called me, the DJ over here, the tall guy, went to the back to his stage, and the other fellow he was talking to went behind me, and I thought that perhaps I was going to be approached from behind. Mr. Eckert made a move toward me, and I went this way to protect myself.
Well,
I have a vision problem. I have a prosthesis.
well, you may have a vision problem, sir, but a judicial hearing officer already found that by the credible evidence that you did, in fact, put your hands in an unauthorized way on the plaintiff, and the court made that determination on June the 2nd, 2006. And I am bound by their determination because it's by the same quantum of proof as the proof that we have here. I also have medical records from Kaiser Permanente that seem to support Mr. Eckert's claim that he was hit in the side of the chest and he went to Kaiser the very next day. What were your financial losses, Mr. Eckert?
Out of pocket for medical was less than $100 because I have copays. And during that time, I was working on my own project with getting a house ready to sell. So that slowed me down for about a month, 2 months on that project. So $2,500 is a claim on that and $2,500 punitive. Also, 2 days from now, there's another court hearing for extension of the restraining order for 3 violations against the restraining order.
How old are you, Mr. Meredith?
73.
You have to leave him alone. Mr. Meredith, you have to leave him alone.
I am leaving him alone. I went to Home Depot where he shops. I saw him, I left. Twice this happened. I always look for him. I hate looking over my shoulder to see where this guy is because I go to shows and he may be there. I have to get up and leave. So I'm just don't want to be where he is.
Your Honor, my name is Jorge Cartagena, and this guy has made my life miserable. He was the cause for me losing 2 jobs. He went over to get me fired. As a matter of fact, I thought I was going to be attacked by him. Twice I went to court to request a restraining order. They wouldn't give it to me. It was very difficult, and Roy, being my witness, he gave me support. He got to talk with him, and he ended up being attacked by him. He's a very dangerous man.
Well, I don't know what's going on.
My livelihood was having a lot of problems because I couldn't come up with my
I'm
bills.
not sure what's going on, but Mr. Meredith, you have to stay away from Mr. Eckert.
No problem.
You must stay away from Mr. Eckert. Do you understand?
I do stay away from him.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,500. That's all. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.